Hello friends, in this lecture we are going to talk about ports. So first we will start with what ports are. So what are ports? Ports are the places where ships that comes from far away places with the imported material or which are used to export material, they are parked or shipped. The place where all this happens is known as a port. So there are many ports in India, but for sake of today's lecture, we will discuss only major ports. So how do we define whether port is a major or minor port? So there is a Union Ministry of Shipping. Union Shipping Ministry. The ports recognized by this ministry are categorized into what we call major ports. So let's see. So, if I hope you already know that there are only few states in India which are littoral states. What do we call what is littoral states? The states which have a sea coast, which are surrounded by sea from either of the sides. Okay. So let's see. West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. These are the only states from other states in India, the only states which share a boundary with any of the water bodies, any of the seas or oceans. Okay, so most of our ports are located in these states only. Only one major port, that is Port Blair, is located on the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Alright, so we'll start with Kolkata port. Okay. So Kolkata port is located where it Kolkata, as we all know, is the capital of West Bengal. So Kolkata port is located in West Bengal. It is the oldest operating port of India. It is the oldest operating port. Oldest port that is still in operation. Oldest operating port. Which one is Kolkata port? Okay. It was developed by East India Company. Okay. There's a one fact about this port. Most of the tea that is exported out of India is exported through this port. This port is famous for tea export. All right, Paradip port. First of all, I would like to talk about a simple concept. There are two types of ports. One are natural ports, one are artificial ports. When the ocean or the sea, where the sea meets land, where the situation is appropriate or situation is easy for a ship to be parked easily, for a ship to come near to land so that the material can be unloaded and loaded onto it. Where this confluence is easy for development of infrastructure naturally, then it is a natural port. But at some places, the port need to be made by human construction by making pillars and making structures that enables an incoming ship to be parked easily. Okay, that ports are known as artificial or man-made ports. So we are talking about Paradip. Paradip port is located in Odisha state. Where Odisha? It is a man-made or artificial port. Okay, it is not a natural port. It is situated at confluence of Mahanadi River and Bay of Bengal. So where this river, port is, okay, it is located on the confluence होता है जहाँ पर महानदी है जो ना महानदी जो river है when it meets the Bay of Bengal. At that confluence, we have what we have is Paradip port. Okay. Next is Visakhapatnam port. Visakhapatnam, a really very famous city in Andhra Pradesh. So naturally, the port is also situated in Andhra Pradesh only. So Visakhapatnam port is located in Andhra Pradesh. Okay. It was also developed by Britishers. So we are seeing a pattern here. Why were Britishers so interested in developing ports in India? This is the question that we need to think about. Why? Because the major aim why Britishers conquered India, it was for sake of trade. And how it was possible? How would they send the stuff that they produced from India? to other countries or other in their own colonies, like in South America or in China. They used the sea routes. All right, they had a very advanced navy. They had a very advanced merchant navy for the export of this stuff and for importing other stuff to India. So, in order for that import and export to take place, it was very important for them to make ports. So, just like Kolkata port, Vishakhapatnam was also developed by Britishers. Okay. Next one we're going to talk about is Chennai port. Chennai. Chennai is the capital of Tamil Nadu. The state of Tamil Nadu in India. Chennai is its capital. Okay. So the Chennai port, which is naturally located in Chennai in Tamil Nadu, it is the largest port on eastern coast. Okay. Kolkata port was oldest. This is the largest, but largest among these only. Largest port on the eastern coast. Chennai port is the largest port on largest in terms of how many ships it can contain simultaneously at the same time. Its size, sheer size. Largest means size, vast. It is a vast port. It is the largest port among the ports in eastern coast of India. Okay. We now will talk about Tuticorin port. Okay. It is also known as V.O. Chidambaram port. It is also artificial. Okay. Next is Port Blair. Port Blair, as we have already talked about it, it was declared a major port as late as 2010. Before 2010, it used to be a minor port. So Port Blair was declared a major port in 2010. Okay, I'm telling you only the important facts about all these ports because there's a lot of history that is associated with each one of these ports. But not everything is important in an exam, but we cannot even ignore everything. So I'm just focusing on the one or two facts so that it can be very easy for you to make connections and remember where the ports are located and an interesting fact with it so that it can be easy to retain the information when you need it the most in the examination hall. All right. So let's move on. Let's move to Cochin Port. Okay. There's a Kochi city and there's a Kochi lake as well. It is located in Kochi city on Kochi lake. The name is Kochi as well. Okay, Kochi or Cochin. Okay, this is it about this. It is located in where Kerala. All right. Now we'll talk about Mar. This is R. Mugao. Mar. Mu. No. Sorry. Bangalore. Bangalore. You guys all must have heard about Bangalore. Bangalore, just like Bangalore, Bangalore is a city in Karnataka. So the port that is located on the city of Mangalore is known as Mangalore Port. Which port? Mangalore Port. Okay, it is within Karnataka. This is about it only. It is not in Kerala, it is in Karnataka. So Karnataka is like this, a small stripe here. This is known as this city of Mangalore is situated here. Okay, it seems to be in Kerala, but it is actually in Karnataka. Apart from Mangalore, there is a Mormugao port. Okay, it is situated in Goa, नॉट इन कर्नाटका सॉरी कर्नाटका में तो सिर्फ है बैंगलोर पोर्ट और जो मोरमुगांव पोर्ट है वो है कहाँ पर गोवा में ठीक है जी इट इज इन गोवा इट इज द लीडिंग आयरन और एक्सपोर्टिंग पोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया लीडिंग आयरन और एक्सपोर्ट ऑलराइट सी in India, from the CNP, Chotanagpur Plateau, Hazaribagh Plateau, Kodama Plateau, a lot of iron ores, hematite, magnetite, different type of ores are extracted. India does not have the capacity to process all of them or to extract iron out of all of them. Some of the ores, India extracts iron for domestic purposes, but from for others, it exports those ores to other countries who extract the iron for themselves. So it is this port is look used for mainly what iron ore export. Okay, which port? Mormugao port. Where? Goa. Mormugao, Gao, Goa. Gao, Goa, iron ore. Okay, so we have reached till Goa. We started a journey from West Bengal, then we went to Odisha, then we went to Andhra Pradesh, then we saw Tamil Nadu, then we went to Kerala, then Karnataka. Now we are in Goa. Now we move on to Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, there is a port called Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust. It is also called JNPT. JNPT is also called Nhava Sheva Port. It's also called Nhava Sheva Port. These are just the names of the same thing. Nhava Sheva, JNPT, Jawaharlal Nehru Trust Port. Alright. It is situated in south of Mumbai in Maharashtra. South of Mumbai in Maharashtra. It is the largest port in India. Now there is a difference. We have seen oldest port, we have seen the largest port on east coast. Now this is the largest port overall. Largest port overall is JNPT in South Mumbai in Maharashtra. JNPT is the largest port in India. It is also known as Nhava Sheva Port. It is also known as Nhava Sheva Port. Okay. Now we'll talk about Innor Port. Okay. I think I have not put it. Okay. So, Innova Port is very close to Chennai Port here, Ennore. Okay, Ennore Port is also located where in Tamil Nadu. Ennore Port is the only private major port. See, every major port except Ennore Port is operated and controlled by Government of India. Okay, but Ennore Port is private port. It is privatized. It means the containers that are coming there, that the rent that is being taken from all the companies which use this port is collected by a private entity instead of government itself. Okay, so it is not very important, but we are discussing it just because it is a major port. Okay, now we move on to the next one. Next one is Kandla Port. It is very important because it is also known as the Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Port Trust. Okay, it is situated in Gujarat. Where? In Gujarat. Okay, so as I have told you earlier, this classification of major ports into major and minor is on the basis of administrative significance as told as declared by none other than Union Ministry of Shipping, or also called Union Shipping Ministry. According to their basis, we call them major or minor. Okay. So now we'll discuss some national parks. Okay. First, I'll tell you in brief what a national park is. Then we will discuss some important national parks of India. Let me quickly erase it. Okay, this is our India. So let's first discuss what a national park actually is. So there are various legislations, various laws, various rules that have been made by either international bodies like IUCN or made by domestic countries like sovereign nations like India, US, or either by states that are also act as small federations within a country. So whichever body has the power to make laws, they all try to make laws for sake of environment. So IUCN has made some guidelines. In India, there's a Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. According to all these guidelines, some areas where the species that is inhabiting that a specific area needs to protect it, that specific legislation, there is a legislation or law that is being passed for the protection of that particular species or for protection of that particular area. So these are called protected areas. Protected areas can be protected by any legislation, by any body or by any kind of NGO or government at various different places. Okay, so national parks are, according to Indian law, the most protected areas. It has the highest degree of protection offered to any area. Why? Because there is most the restrictions that are placed in national parks are the highest because wood cutting or uh, doing something, making a home or doing construction activities, everything is prohibited in national parks. Whereas if you talk about wildlife sanctuaries, it is bit, we can say, liberal. The policies are a bit liberal in case of wildlife sanctuaries, but when we talk about national parks, they are the highest, most protected areas in India. Protected in terms of what? Protecting trees, protecting flora, fauna, protecting keystone species, protecting the species that are on the brink of being extinct. So for all that, we have made national parks. First of all, we're going to discuss Neora Valley. What? Neora Valley. Neora Valley National Park. It is a name of a national park, Neora Valley National Park. Okay, where is it situated? First of all, we'll discuss location. It is in West Bengal, near Sikkim. Here is Sikkim. Sikkim. It is on border of Sikkim and West Bengal. Okay, but it is in West Bengal. Okay, it has population of elegant red panda. Elegant is not in name. Red panda is a name. Elegant is like it is a very beautiful species. It is actually called red panda, but it is actually more of a cat. You can show its photos later on, but it is called red panda. Red panda species is in mostly mainly found in Nora Valley National Park, where is it located on the border of Sikkim in West Bengal. Okay. Here, there's one speciality about this national park. A very pristine ecosystem, a very unique ecosystem is developed because here tropical, subtropical, subtemperate, and temperate. These are the divisions of like divisions of weather climatic conditions on Earth according to different factors like its latitude, its the amount of rainfall, amount of sunlight place gets. We'll discuss all of that in details in our physical geography lecture. But just remember, it is this national park has it all. It has areas of tropical, subtropical, subtemperate, and temperate zones all in one place. Okay, it is like a place where everything amalgamates, everything meets. लाइक जैसे संगम होता है संगम में बोलते हैं कि हम कई नदियां गंगा यमुना वगैरह इकट्ठी मिलती हैं ऐसे एक संगम है सभी तरह के क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस का सो इट इज a place where we can find tropical subtropical subtemperate temperate vegetation flora fauna etc. Okay, it was a question was asked in UPSC as well, so it is very important this national which makes the national park very important for future exams as well. Okay, and UPSC has a very common tendency of repeating stuff, sometimes in form of options and sometimes in form of questions. So we need to remember this properly. Now talk about Nanda Devi National Park. Nanda Devi, 7816 meters. It's very tall. Okay. So Nanda Devi National Park is situated in Uttarakhand. Where in Uttarakhand, UK? Uttaranchal, it used to be called earlier. Now it's called Uttarakhand. So Nanda Devi National Park is situated in Uttarakhand state of India. It is a WHS. What is it? World Heritage Site. So my question is, which body declares WHS? You can comment if you know. I'll tell you anyways. It is UNESCO. UNESCO is a United Nations body that declares the site as World Heritage Site. Okay. So this national park is a part of a wider wildlife sanctuary. Wildlife sanctuaries, I told you, are liberal areas compared to national parks. National parks are smaller than wildlife sanctuaries. National parks, we can say, are the parts in a wildlife sanctuary that are most protected. Okay, wildlife sanctuaries has a layer of protection, but national parks has the most layers of protection. So it is. situated in Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve. Okay. Wildlife sanctuary and biosphere reserves are very similar, but biosphere reserves are even wider. Biosphere reserve is a huge place. National park is a comparatively small space. Okay, so it's a biosphere reserve which has a lot of activities going on. In that huge biosphere reserve, a very small portion is called as Nanda Devi National Park. Okay, its main जो इसकी खूबी है खासियत है जो its main attraction is only its height. It is situated so high up from the sea level. Okay, it has very unique population of animals like rhesus macaque, Himalayan musk deer, mainland sparrow. Okay, just like that. Vegetation is very scarce or rare vegetation because of the height and the temperature. So okay. There are also glaciers. You can imagine what type of temperature there might be. Okay, so this was it for this lecture. So just let's just recap what we have learned today. We have discussed the major ports in India, and also we have discussed two very important national parks that were relevant for our UPSC exam. I hope you're liking our series, our initiative. If you want to continue, please continue watching our videos. We'll try to upload as many as videos on free in this YouTube channel as much possible to help you guys out. At the same time, our online and offline lectures are going on. Our offline lecture will batch will start soon in Power Up Academy by Delhi Ias Patiala. It is situated in near Punjabi University Patiala. You can contact the number that is in the description to book your slot or to get a free demo if you're interested in studying offline. So that was this was it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for upcoming videos. Thank you.